Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology post, which you can find on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. The idea behind the second post is to bring further intuitive insight into the day's energies. I'll discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll make a quick review of the day's astrology before playing another tarot card, which may give us something more to think about. Okay, let's get into it. The tarot card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Two of Cups, and it sits there because it relates astrologically to the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit through Cancer. So here we are in the third full day of the sun's transit through Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign, and cups are water in tarot. Water relates to our emotional lives, the way things feel to us, and not just emotions, but intuitions as well, because as we know, emotion is a way that our intuition speaks to us, right? So, emotional life, intuitive life, creative life, our watery source of life. So, Two of Cups really speaks to a moment when two people have joined to become one in some way. It can be a marriage, it can be a partnership. It doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic vibe, but definitely these are two people who have who have regard for one another. There's emotional bond there, and there's an energy of uniting, sort of complementary opposites. So, this is a card that looks very balanced, and it's intended to look very balanced. You have people in different colors wearing different wreaths, sort of coming together in this mutual way. They each have a cup. There's the caduceus. There are two wings. There's the Roman numeral 2. So lots of pairs in that picture. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, Gemini. But I also see that Cancer has a pair, sort of in their what do I call that? A sigil, or the symbol for their sign. So there's definitely still that mutual care and respect represented in the sign for Cancer that there is in the Two of Cups. So yes, this is a time when somebody may be initiating a partnership, or coming together with somebody in unity. We just spent that whole Sun and Gemini period where we were, sharing with people and collaborating with others. It would be natural at this time to have, grown a certain regard for somebody. And perhaps, there's something more that can come from that union when we acknowledge that there is mutual regard there, and then there is something more that we can grow from it, which is indicated sort of by the house on the hill in the back. Like, there is potential for future security based on the start that's being made here. And so with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Cancer. And the sun in Cancer, begins with the summer solstice. Okay, so it is the height of the summer. It is the heat of the summer. And here comes Cancer, the cardinal water sign, to say, okay, let's cool it off, folks. Right? Let's put some water on this. Let's actually provide some nurture and care where we see it is needed. Cancer is cardinal water, so Cancer, it initiates connection and initiates nurture and care where they see it is needed. Cancer would be expressed a lot like the person who goes around the big hot outdoor fun festival and hands out bottles of water to people, right? Just looking out for the people around us. And especially when it comes to the heart and the home, Cancer rules the moon. So this sun cycle is really kind of about our private lives. It's about paying attention to and nurturing and expressing protection as well for for the comfort of our homes and the peace in our homes. The moon is a waning crescent in Taurus right now. So waning crescent says we're getting rid of things. Cancer can definitely help us initiate getting rid of things, especially like emotions and sort of defensive ideas that no longer seem to work for us. Taurus, gives us an opportunity after the moon was in Aries for a couple of days to sort of slow down and follow through on whatever we initiated while the moon was in Aries in terms of getting things out of our house. And, we're going to go into Gemini tomorrow. So, moon's going to be in Gemini, and then we can start thinking about letting go of some thoughts, ideas, and dispositions as well. On the moon side of the page today, moon went conjunct to Uranus at 5:14 this morning. Uranus is impulsive. Moon is our feelings, so feeling somewhat impulsive. That's sort of like something that comes up from within. It's not something we try to do to be impulsive. We just have impulse. But then that conjunct energy there is amplifying both the feelings and the impulsiveness. So it can almost feel a little bit compulsive. And what it makes me think of, funny enough, with the moon in Taurus is just this real compulsive desire to get the house cleaned up in time for the new moon there. On the sun side of the page, we have some lingering, ongoing aspects. Mercury is sextile to Jupiter through just today. So this has been like a time for our intellect to get a picture of those bigger things we can be, do, and have, that bigger, better idea of ourselves that we would like to bring about in the world, and really an opportunity to think about what kind of short-term goals we might set with the new moon that will bring us closer to those bigger dreams, those longer-term goals. And then Venus is trying to Pluto right now. We love more deeply. Our bonds grow more strong. Pluto in retrograde does not make that any different. It just makes it way more easily internalized. Okay, so be careful the company that you're keeping, because you're growing strong bonds with those people. So you want to be surrounded by people who are lifting you up and celebrating you and supporting you in your endeavors in life. Pluto is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. These are outer planet retrogrades, and so they turn the energy of those planets on to the inside. And Pluto is deep and total change. It's endings and beginnings. It's death and rebirth. So on the inside, there are things about us that we may have thought were foundational to our being, because Pluto's in Capricorn, that are now being called into question and possibly being brought to an end. And, we bring one thing to an end so that we can create room for something hopefully better and more reflective of who we are. And then Saturn is retrograde. Saturn is about establishing stability for ourselves in our lives, about the dedication and discipline it takes to build strong things in the world. Okay, very materialistic, very interested in feeling secure and supported. And so all that energy is on the inside right now, and it's really asking us to examine, what it is that we might be leaning on. Saturn is in Aquarius. Aquarius is about the greater good. So what is it that we're leaning on that is old-fashioned and outdated, and perhaps not, perhaps while it's supporting me, it's not supporting other people so well, or worse yet, it's supporting me, and when it supports me, it strips away support from other people. We've got to seek out those parts, and we've got to fire them. We're gonna fire the things that support us that don't support everyone else. Okay, because under Aquarius, we want to be the rising tide that lifts all boats. We want everybody to be supported and secure. So we're going to lean only on things that are supportive for everyone. And with that said, I'm going to turn this card over, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Woohoo! That's good news. I love to see the Ace of Pentacles. First of all, it's just big money energy, isn't it? That's a big coin, all right? And it has to do with your physical wealth in the world. This is your wealth and health. They sound the same because they're very similar, okay? Your physical well-being, your body has a lot of value for it still. As long as you can get something out of it, it has value for you. But also, hopefully we've worked and, we've used our physical body to turn our resources into physical resources that extend beyond our bodies. So the nice things we like to have that we keep nice, like our cars, or our homes, and then also, our wealth, our finances, our financial well-being is involved here. And the Ace of Pentacles really just sort of indicates like an offer coming in or a gift coming in, or your left palm maybe itching. Hopefully good health is on your side. Hopefully good wealth is on your side and on its way to you right now. It really brings me back around to this Mercury sextile Jupiter right now, thinking about the short-term goals that we can set and get out of the way that will help draw us closer to that long-term growth, that long-term expansion of our lives into what we would really like them to be, do, and have. Saturn is very much a pentacle vibe because Saturn is all about, like I said, material resources, very materialistic. And it's not materialistic about having opulence and shiny things. That would be Venus. It's more like materialistic in terms of, do I have a roof over my head? Do I have a bed to sleep in? How is my body doing? Am I doing the best I can to take care of it? And how does my bank account look? Am I doing the best I can to take care of that as well? Heaven knows we're all doing our very best right now, and prices are just going up, so it can be a little bit challenging, right? Saturn is retrograde. We're having challenges come through in terms of those financial resources, those physical resources, perhaps even our health. So, when you get a hold of a shiny penny, use it wisely, friends. And the moon is in Taurus today, so that's about being grounded in our physical comfort. And taken together with the Two of Cups here, I really see, the potential, in this unity based on the regard of two people for one another, the potential for that, off in the distance there, you see it builds into the potential for a home, a house on a hill, or some sort of, secure abode, right? Some secure piece of land for yourself to be on and to be a part of. So yes, the emotional partnerships you create, all right, the creative partnerships that you make, the partnerships with people you are intuitively drawn to, can bear fruit in terms of good friendship, in terms of good love, in terms of camaraderie, in terms of doing really good business with one another. But it's not just emotional benefits that come from, holding somebody in high regard, and and really treating them with honor and respect as though you would like to be treated. There are benefits beyond that, and often they are financial. Often there are health and wealth benefits just for engaging in good faith in partnerships with people, in good collaborations with people for whom you have regard and who obviously have respect and regard for you. So this brings me back to Saturn, because I've been reading about Saturn a lot, and Saturn, has an answer for people who engage in partnership endeavors, who try to get into business, or who get into relationships or friendships with people, because they are wondering what they can get out of it, or they have some idea what they might be able to get out of it. Saturn has an answer for that, and it's not a kind one. Saturn is a stern teacher, so Saturn is not kind if they think that your ego. If Saturn thinks that your ego is coming into your reasons for engaging in partnership, whether it's business or love, okay? Saturn will give you a hard lesson to learn about that. But if you do engage in good faith in the partnerships that you make, if you engage in good faith in loving relationships and friendship relationships and business relationships, if you bring to that relationship, your best in terms of regard and honor and respect for the other person, then there will be a good balance there. And when there's a good balance there, there's also a reward available that we don't have to think about. It just is coming to us. And with all of that said, I think I'm done talking about that today. What do I usually say? Well, I think I'm done now. Oh, I think that's all I have to say about it. That's not even really any less abrupt. Okay, well, thank you all for joining me today. I truly appreciate your presence with me. And my name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.